Hello, welcome to Pelican Crafts. This is Brenda, and I'm here today to show you how to do a folio. I picked a folio that was designed by Victoria Designs, and I am redoing it using the Japan Blossoms digital kit by Paper Omiya. The kit contains 50 digital pages, single pages, 15 double pages that you can fold in half and create your own journal, not 116, but 16 fabric and note pages, and 9 ephemera pages. It is a gorgeous kit with tons and tons of items for you to use. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take about 2.5 sheets of cardstock. This is one sheet. This is the base of the cardstock, so we're going to cut it 10.25 inches across by 7.5 inches down. Once we have that, we're going to score it at 3 3/8, turn it around and score it at 3 3/8 on the other side. The reason being is the centerpiece is just a bit bigger than the two end pieces. Then after we do that, and this is something you don't have to do, but I like doing it. I like inking my edges, so I just went around all the edges doing that. That is part of the base. The second part of the base is this little enclosure flap. This goes right here, and that so that when we fold it, this closes over it. So it looks just like that. So we have that. The closure flap is 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. We are scoring at 1/2 inch and at 5/8 inches, and then we're going to fold them both. So that's our enclosure piece. One of the other pieces we have is our two flaps. These flaps are 3.25 by 4 inches, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And these both go, one goes up at the top here and one goes down at the bottom here. So we have both of those. So the first thing we're going to do after we get them all cut, all scored, we are going to start putting it together. So we're coming over here and we're going to take our closure panel flap and we are going to put tape or glue, whatever you prefer, on this piece right here. I have some wide tape. Now on this one we want to make sure we usually snug it up, but we don't want to do it quite that. This one is pretty big, so let's leave that off and let's put a smaller piece on there today, because that other piece, it just fit the whole width and we don't want that. We don't want it too close to the edge. So let's put a couple pieces here. We're going to go up here. Nice thing about tearing tape, it tears really easy. And we're going to put another piece. Oh, that may be all we need. Let's leave it like that for the moment. Second thoughts, let's not. Let's put another piece on there. There we go. Okay, so that's ready to go. Like I said, you could put glue on there too, that works. And you can put this high or low wherever you want. I'm going to put it right there, right in the middle. But you know what I think I really want to do? I want to round these corners. So let me get my corner rounder. Be right back. And I'm going to use the large 7mm slot, and I'm going to go ahead and stick this in and clip it off, clip it off. I just like that rounded look a little bit better. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this in. There we go. Take off the second piece of tape. There we go. Then we're just going to, I'm going to put it right at the edge, I think. going to squeeze it so that I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to put it right along that edge. And I'm going to rub it and make sure so it looks like that. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the tag. In it, remember, it was cut by 7 by 6.5, scored at a 1/2 inch mark all the way around. So what I want you to do is I want you to cut it up to the center line where the flap is, and then I want you to angle the edges on your edges so when they close that they're not too bulky. And then go ahead and stain it if you want. So what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and put glue on here and here, and then we're going to make sure we put the bottom flap over the top flap, and then we're going to bring it up to here and close it. Okay, so let's do that. What I'm doing is I'm putting the tape on here. That's too wide. So back to the narrow tape. Here we go. And we're going to put that on here. Oops. This one's not on here quite right. Let's see if I can pull it up. Maybe, maybe not. Nope. Okay. So it's going to have to go there. I'll have to put 2 strips on that. Or we'll see how it works. Okay, so let's take the paper off. Once again, we're going to fold down the long side. We're going to glue the short side down. Then we're going to take these and bring them up to this line, just shy of it, and put it down. There we go. Alrighty. Now what we're going to do with this, we're going to take it and we're going to glue it. And once again, you can go high, or you can go low, or you can go right in the middle. We're going to put tape on here, and we're going to add it to the inside of the right panel. So let's okay. I think I just did. Nope. No, I'm good. I thought I put it on there wrong, because you want the tag holder to be on this side. So there we go. This is the top. You know what I forgot to do? And I told myself I would not forget to do this. I forgot to put the hole in there. So how am I going to do that? Let me get a smaller circle punch. Just a moment. This is a little bit smaller than I would normally use, but it should fit inside this pretty easily. On yours, please do yours before you put this in there. Center it. Looks pretty centered. There we go. Now we need to, so it matches. Okay. Now we can glue this on. We're going to put it here, and then it's going to go onto the back side, and this is going to come over it. So let's take these off. Okay, come on. There we go. And we're going to put this down. I'm going to do it this way, where I bring this sheet up to that, and then I bring this over and I fold it down. Okay. So that's where your tag is going to go. That's your closure. Now let's put in our two flaps, one at the top here and one at the bottom here. So, okay, we're going to put that down. The second one. Remove the coating on your tape. Well, you can sure tell I've been on vacation for 3 weeks. My thumbs and fingers and brain are not working totally today. Okay, so we want to hold this down like this. So when we bring it up to here, we can center it for one. We want to center it here. And we want to make it even with that top edge of the page. So it comes up like that. Then we're going to get the second one. And we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to glue it down here, like this. Okay. And we're going to take the paper off and attach it. It does not want to stick. Oh. Okay, try this end. See if I have any better luck. There we go. Paper off there. I broke my nails while I was on vacation too, so I have short nails. Does not do well for crafting when you don't have nails long enough to do what you want to do them to do. So we want to make sure that we're coming up the same place on the top bottom as we are the top. Over just a bit. There we go. So now our book is all ready to decorate, but we have a couple of other things we need to do first. For the closure, I want a ribbon closure. So I need to put some ribbon on here, and I need to put some ribbon on here. And for this, I have this gorgeous pink lacy ribbon. It's antique. It's actually about 60 years old. I'm going to put a piece about right here. Let's see. How long do I want that? That's 12 inches. let's add 3 more inches. I'm going to make it 15 inches. Okay, there we go. And I need 2 of those, so I'm going to pull off 2. Okay. It's just gorgeous ribbon. Okay. Then what I'm going to attach these to is the wider of my tape. But before I do that, I want to find the center of my flap. So let's see, this is 3.5 inches, so we're looking at 1 3/4. Let's see, 1 3/4 inches. So that's about right here. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my T-square down, make it flat, and I want to make sure that I have this ribbon at the same level. So I'm going to go ahead and put a mark about right here, so I know to put the center of those ribbons right there. Let's put a piece of tape there and a piece of tape there. Okay. Burnish it a bit so that we can make sure that the ribbon sticks. Take the outer paper off. And we're going to put our ribbon on there. Okay. So we have that done. The next thing we're going to do is we are going to use some string to keep this closed, because we're going to be putting something here. So we need to get our little I think that's not the right one. I want the little one. There we go. So this is, we're going to come in and we're going to take it about 1 inch in. Again, we're going to use our ruler to measure. This is 3 1/4, so we want it 1 5/8 inches in, and we want it about, let's see how far that is in. That is right at a, let's see. Well, we're going to be covering it up, so let's say 1/2 inch up on each of these. So let's go 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch there. We're going to come in and we're going to punch a hole right there. And right there. Okay, so we need to have those punched before we decorate. Alright, so what I want to do with those is I want to cut out of some craft cardstock a circle so that we can reinforce where the brad goes in. So let's get that done. So here's the craft paper. We're going to punch 2 circles out. Guess I didn't have it in there well enough. Did not want to pop out all the way. Okay, there we go. Then we are going to edge the circles so they match the edging on the paper, and then we're going to punch a little hole in here. Now this is backwards. I'm going to show you an easier way. Let's do the easier way. So if you punch the hole and punch the hole, and then you come back in and you center that hole in the center and then punch out your circle, it's a lot easier than trying to punch the hole after you do the circle. Doesn't matter how many times you do this. If you haven't done it in the last day or two, you're probably going to forget how to do it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so those are set aside. And we are going to start decorating. So let's start with our enclosure. Well, I seem to have misplaced one of my enclosure. Oh, there it is. So which one do you think we should put on here? Should we put this one? We're going to have to, whichever one we're going to do. I think I like that on there. Or do I want this? You know, I think he's winning. Okay, so let's do the corners. Well, you know what I just realized too, when I was thinking about edging these, we did not edge these. So let's go back and do those. There we go. Now on this one you can use tape, you can use glue, whatever you want. I am going to use glue on this. I'm going to lay it down. And, oh, look at that. So I need to come back and I need to cut off a little bit of ribbon here. So let's just do that. If the ribbon will cooperate. Oh, doesn't seem to want to cooperate. Okay, so why aren't you coming up? There we go. All right, I think it wants a little bit bigger scissors. Again, this is I'm going to work on that later. That's a Brenda mistake. Brenda will fix that. So let's go on the inside and put this here. So we're going to have to do the edges. And then we're going to glue this on the inside, just like that. Sorry about my sinuses. I didn't have the sniffles at all till I got back home. So it's got to be something down here in the Mississippi air that is getting me. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's do this one. Is this it? Yep, that's it. We're going to have to cut a little hole out up here. Trying to decide. I want you on the inside and you on the outside. Or do I want you on the inside and you on the outside? I think I want this one on the outside. Okay. So this one, we're going to go in the center. Let's make sure we have it marked where we want to cut it. There we go. Looks like we need a little bit bigger of a cut on that, so I'm just going to come in and do, oh, this guy doesn't want to cut. Well, you know what they say. You can't lead a horse to water, but you can, or you can't make him drink. You can lead him, but you can't make him drink. Okay, there we go. Much better. So now we can glue this on, and we'll be done with the inside. Do is we're going the inside of this panel on here. So when you chose your paper, you were able to pick out any design you wanted out of your paper. So that sometimes is the hardest thing for me to do, is to decide which portion of each of the pages do I want to use. Some pages are easy, some pages are not. So it all depends. Okay. So we're going to come over here and we're going to put this guy on here. There we go. Super. This panel. Again, we have the beautiful girl, or we have this. I'm thinking we put this on the outside and the beautiful girl on the inside. Since we already have one here, let's come over here and put this here. So let's put the girl in first. But you know what? I'm thinking I want these corners rounded. I know, kind of late to the ball game, but there we go. Then we come back and we brush it a little bit on both sides. There. Let's round this one too, and this one. Now when we go to put the girl on the inside, we're going to want to round those two corners also. And I have already sponged all the edges, so we're going to have to go in and sponge the edges on this, just so they match. Then we're going to glue this down here too. You know, that's not what goes there. So we're going to put her over here, just like this. I got ahead of myself. Isn't she gorgeous? Oh, I just love that. What I have in here is I want to put this here and this here, because I want to, this is going to be a pocket, but I want it to match. So we have this in the middle, going like this, and we have this here, and I am missing a piece of paper. I will be right back. Please hold. They were right where I put them and I couldn't see them. So let's put these in first. So let's put the middle one in. I do think I forgot to tell you to cut your designer paper or printed paper a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around so that it fits on the panels better. So let's put this here. So that's in the middle. And then we're going to put these right next to it. One down. Too far this way. Let's pick it up and move it in just a bit. Sometimes wet glue will let you play with it and move it around, and sometimes it doesn't want you to. There we go. Okay. Now what we're doing with these two pieces is we are going to put them on the side like this, and we're going to have pockets. But first we need to determine, do we want one large pocket or do we want two smaller ones? I'm thinking on this one I'm going to make it one large pocket, but first I want to round the corners. And I'm going to find with my T-square what the center is. So this is 7.5 inches long, so we're talking 3 3/4. So right there's the center. We're going to come in with our punch and we're going to punch a hole. There we go. Now we're going to do that. And we're just going to put a slim bead of glue around the edges without the punched hole, or on the curved edge sides. Then we're going to place this on here and we're going to line it up and we're going to glue it down. There we go, like that. So now we have a pocket that we can stick something in. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Got a little hint for you. You know how we make mistakes? Well, I cut my paper off just a little bit short. So I'm going to be piecing it. I'm going to show you how we're going to fix that little bit of piecing. Okay. We're going to put a little bit of our tape on here to tape that together. Could have taped this together and you guys would never have known about it. But like they say in scrapbooking and stamping, you can always add something to the card or the scrapbook page and nobody will ever know that there was a mistake made. Whoops, I didn't want to take that off yet. I got some punching to do. So we're going to go ahead and punch this corner. And then we're going to tape this one down too. Tape that off. Then we're also going to glue it along the same edges, real thin line all the way around. Now I forgot to cut the holes. My bad. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take the hole puncher. Since I already have glue on here, I'm kind of stuck right now. Let's take our thing and see. So if we did this in half, it's 7.5, so it'd be 3 3/4. So right there's the center. We're going to mark the center. So we want to put some glue right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little glue. Now we want to find a center, 3 3/4. 3 3/4. So we're looking at 1.5, 1 3/4, 1 and 7/8. Or yeah, we want here. So then we want the same over here. Say 1 3/4, about right there. Okay. And we're going to come in and we're going to put you know, when you get ahead of yourself and you make a little mistake, just work with it. Don't panic. It should all turn out in the long run. So now we're going to go ahead and put this on the corner. There we go. Line it up so it's even. And now on this one, we have 2 pockets that we can put something in. We can put something here and we can put something here. Okay, So that's the inside. Let's go and do the outside. So here we have 2 panels. I'm thinking maybe that. Isn't this gorgeous paper? That bamboo is just beautiful. So let's go ahead and put the bamboo on. There we go. And then we'll put the pagoda. Oh, almost forgot. Get to glue off the corners. So we need to come in here, clip that, come in here, clip that, make sure we brown the edges. I might turn it over. We're going to brown the edges. Now we're going to put him on here. Okay. There we go. And what I didn't have this one quite on the corner, so I'm going to come in and I'm going to see if I can lift it up enough to move it. If not, then I'm going to do some surgery on it. Let's see. It doesn't really want to lift. Well, let's try it one more time. Oh, there it goes. All right. So we're going to add some more glue on this corner. Now we're going to pull it down to where it needs to be. There we go. Super. Done. Okay, so there's the back of it. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay. All we have left to do are our flaps on the inside. So I think, in keeping with all of our rounded corners, I'm going to round all these corners too. Okay, they're all rounded. Clean up my mess a little bit here. Okay, so now I have these 2 gorgeous pictures. Do I want the bird on the front and the flower inside, or vice versa? I think I want the bird on front. I love birds. I like to show birds off all the time. So we're going to what did I do with my, there we go. Even though we have the hole here, we measured it, so we should be good. But when I put this one on here, Go ahead and put that on. Oh, that's the big one. There we go. I'm going to put this hole right back in the same spot so that I know where it is when we come back. There we go. Now we're going to put the flower in here. One more time with the punch. There we go. Okay, so on this bottom one, oh, I have two birds. Which bird should I put on which side? Let's put the bird facing this way. Since that one's facing to the left, let's put this one on here facing to the right. Okay. Okay, so we're going to put him here. Okay. Isn't that just pretty? Okay, so he's going to get the rounded corners on top. But before I do that, I want to punch the hole a little bit. Oh, I missed a step. Okay, so we're going to have to do this a little bit different this time. Okay. I wasn't supposed to put the inside panels on yet, but I did. So we're going to work around that. How's that? I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so we're going to put you here. Nope, move over just a hair. There we go. That's my dog if you hear it. She seems to be upset about something out there, but my husband's got her, so that's all that matters. Okay. So normally what I would have done, I have misplaced my brads now. They were right there, they are. I would have put the brad in here, then I would have put it in here, and I would have spread it down here, then I would have covered it up with this. But since I didn't, I'm going to use those other rings that we had earlier, and I'm going to put them on here to help cover it up. So But before I do that, I'm going to be tying a string to it. And I have a handy dandy little tool that I usually use that doesn't seem to be here. Okay. I will have to wing it. My handy dandy little tool's not there. I do not want this to be super, super tight down here because I want string to be able to go under it. So if I can get it in the hole, there you go. Instead of pushing it all the way down, I'm going to take some tags I have here and I'm going to place underneath it so that it gives me a little bit of cushion so that I don't have it all the way down. And then I'm going to close it like that. And there's room in there now to put the thread in it. There's my other one. Again, a couple pieces of cardstock here under here to give me some room. Put that in and then do this. Okay, there we go. Now to cover this up. I'm not sure I like that. I'm not sure I like that. What am I gonna do? I know, I've got these little trees cut. We could put a little tree over it. Over that one. That's kind of big though. What else do I have here? I have some things cut out. Let's see what all I've got. Ooh, what about a koi fish? That's kind of cute. I think I'll put the koi fish on there. And think of it as this way. You know it's a mistake. I know it's a mistake. But if I should give this to somebody, if I didn't own up to that mistake, they would never know that this koi fish was not meant to be there all the time. Okay, so there's a little koi fish there. Now this one, can't put a koi fish too easily on it because it's kind of upside down. Let's see what else I've got here that might work. I think that tree, because we got a koi fish on this side that covers the tag. I'm going to put a little tree under the bird on this side. Not going to get the whole tree, but I'm going to get a good portion of it, enough to cover it, because I don't want to cover up the bird too much. So I will cut off the tree, add some glue. You know the old saying, do as I say, not as I do? Well, that's kind of what this is right now. Okay, and that covers that one. So now we have those covered up. Hold it down so it goes around that. All right. Now then, so this is how we close it. We close this. We're going to put a string on it in just a moment. Then we close this in and that around and tie it, and we're done. So let me get some string so we can finish it up, put some goodies in it, make our tag for that, and we are almost done. Okay, I have my thread. What we're going to do is we are going to, some reason, there we go. We're going to wrap it around here 3 times, or we're going to wrap it around, tie it 3 different times. There's 1, 2, 3. We're going to cut this off, and what we're going to do is we're going to wrap it around. There we go. And cut this off. So now let's see what we've got. For the pockets, I had taken some of the fussy cuts that are provided in the kit, and I cut them out. So here's a little kitty cat. Let's put him over here. Let's see, we have a lantern we could put in here. And these fussy cuts you can help decorate, like this little candy. You could put there if you wanted, just as an added decoration. So we're just putting some of these in here. Here, isn't she gorgeous? So I think I'm going to put her over on this side because she's a little bigger. Oh, look at this stork. Oh, my fingers will pick him up. He's adorable, isn't he? So I think I'll put him over here. Let's see, we have another lady. Oh, look at this. That's gorgeous. That can go over here with the kitty cat. There we go. A flower. Oh, let's put the flower over here with the stork. And I have some more trees. I have a big tree and a little tree. Let's put the little tree over here. And a big tree over here. So we're getting these filled up pretty good here. If I can get them in there without scrunching them up too bad. There we go. And then we have a fan. I think we'll put the fan right here. So those pockets are pretty full. So what are we going to put in the middle? Well, let me show you what's going to go in there. These are, both of these are where it's 2 double pages where you can fold them and make journals. Well, I printed these off really tiny to make mini journals. I cut paper to fit in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the stapler and we're going to finish them. Just a moment. Normally when I staple a journal, I usually use a eraser because the eraser will take the prongs of the staple really easy. Or an old book that I'm using. I don't have either of those in here right now, but I do have a pad of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay down the book or the journal with the pages inside. We're going to open up our stapler and we're going to staple it. I'm going to staple it twice. Once there. Once here. Whoops, that one didn't go in. Let's try it again. I don't think it likes this thicker paper. No, it does not. Okay, so that one didn't work, and it looks like this one didn't work. So, let me go get a book. Just a moment. Okay, I found a book. Let's see if this will go in easier now since the pages are thinner. Well, it tried. Let's try it again. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Whoops, that one didn't work either. Let's try it one more time. You know, I don't normally work with this stapler, but and it's not doing a real good job. It doesn't want to go in. So let's see what we've got on the inside. We have nothing on the inside. Normally the staple prongs would be there. You would fold them in, fold the book over. This is not working. Okay, one more try. I have another idea. Okay, I have an eraser now. Let's see if we can get this puppy to work. Oh, it went through. Yay! So you take it off the eraser then you can fold it in. Just like that. Okay, one more. Whee! I was getting worried there. Note to self, I need an eraser on this desk all the time. Okay. There we go. Now I would redo this one if I was going to sell this. Isn't that adorable though? Look at that. Okay, one more. This one will be easy peasy after that one. Oh, that one. Oh, that's because I forgot the eraser. Easy peasy. Okay. There we go. Pull that out. Push these down. Okay, one more. There we go. And our small journals are done. Aren't they just the cutest things ever? We're going to put those in here. We're going to close this up. Oh, come on, get under there. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Oh, maybe it doesn't want to go that direction. That's why my handy dandy little tool's a little bit better than doing it the way I did it. But we're getting it. Okay, up and around we go. There we go. Okay. So this one's closed and this one is almost closed. So now we're going to make that. What we're going to use is a piece of our paper right here. Let's see, which one do I want? Well, I think I'm going to use this one because we want to cut this down to fit. We want the large tag is 5.5 by 5 3/4. So this will work. Let me get here. We're going to cut it out. Here we got a little bit of white up here, so we're going to trim that off. Okay. So now we need to cut this. Let's see. large tag, 5.5 inches. That'd be out here because they're going to fold it in half. We're not going to do that. So 5.5 would be 2 3/4. So that'd be about here. Now we have to decide, what do we want on our tag? I'm thinking I'm going to do all tree, or do I want the pagoda? Pagoda's going to get some of the tree. I think that's what I want. Okay, so 2 3/4. Just going to go down here, 2 3/4. I'm going to freehand this. So okay, then 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. So 5 3/4 down here. There we go. We have our tag that we're going to stick in here. Okay. So what do we want on the top of that tag? I'm thinking we're just going to use a piece of the scrap paper off the bottom. We're going to make our own little closure on top, just like this. We're going to glue it down. So we're going to use lots of glue on that little tag. Okay. And now we have a tag in there. So let's look at it again. We have pockets that are stuffed. We have a tag. We have our journals. We fold the big tag in like this, with this over here, with that, and we tie a bow. And my bow tying is not the best in the world, so bear with me. I need practice on my bows. Okay, there we go. We have our folio. Gorgeous. We untie it. It's a folio that keeps on giving. We open it up. We have 2 pockets. We have a tag. We open it up farther. We have a big pocket, and then we have our journals in the middle. I hope you enjoyed this. Please come back. I am going to be doing a video on a firma, and I would love for you to join me. Please come back. See you soon.